Good day everyone, I'm glad to join you all back with another video. So today I'm gonna make as epic an artwork with connector pens. Now these pens are water-based markers. What I mean by that is that they don't blend that much when compared to alcohol markers. Let me give you an example here. So if I just take my orange alcohol marker and if I just take the red tone of the alcohol markers and when I lay it on top of the orange tone and then coming back to the orange and blending it, it really creates a great transition. When I try the same thing with these connector pens, laying the orange tone and then coming back to the red tone and then blending it, there are two things that I noticed. The first and obvious one is that it doesn't blend, and the second one is it breaks up the paper. So if I lay a lot of tones, it just breaks it up. Another thing that I wanted to try was if it dissolved in water and made the pigment lighter in tone. Well, the answer was both a yes and a no. The pigment did get diluted a bit but still had its streakiness. I wanted to draw a character representing the marker. I went for sort of like a futuristic war kind of thing and making the characters walk out of portals. Basically like Avengers Endgame. And their leader is a boy named Helios, for he carried a simple weapon, connector pen. On its own, it doesn't have any power, but when linked with its kind, it can become any weapon that he desired it to be. Water-based markers have many advantages. That is, if you're using it in a mixed media per se, you have colored a piece with alcohol markers, and if you want to outline it, then using an alcohol marker, the black will sort of blend into the color, which is not going to look cool. And this is a place where a water-based marker could really come handy, as water is not going to mix with the alcohol pigment. Sketch done. For inking, I used a 0.3 fine liner to ink the mechanical parts and a 0.1 fine liner for inking the details. There was a point where after the inking I wasn't sure to color it because both my fine liner and the connector pen are water based. So I thought that it would bleed and ruin my drawing, but it was to my luck that it didn't bleed. Hooray! If you want to know the tools that I use, I have them listed down in the description. While inking the background, I made sure that I used line weight variation and varied the texture wherever possible, as it creates a really effective rock/land effect. Right, now comes the most hardest and tedious part, coloring. I was extremely careful to cover each mechanical part in a solid cover and to not overlap, because after it dried, I will use the grey again, but this time to create shadows, and it worked really well. And for adding highlights, be it any material medium, I would use a white gel pen, so I used it here as well. I use the streakiness that this pen makes when I go over a surface twice to my advantage, creating sharp shadows and really different textures throughout the background. And to make the land a bit more interesting and to make it really pop, instead of using a lighter brown tone as the highlight, I used an orange tone. So what exactly is the point of this video? Well, you don't need to have great art supplies or very expensive ones to create cool and epic artworks. You can use whatever is at your disposal and use it creatively and take your time, and most importantly, enjoy doing it. Then the outcome is going to be the one you desired.